I mean, niggas ain't stupid, niggas just arrogant. And I'm thinking in my head, it ain't even just the fact that you gotta accept Elijah Muhammad. I'm like, dog, there's other parts to getting on these ships. Let me tell you the first thing, right? The first problem with a lot of these niggas is that even the ones that they look up to were students of Elijah Muhammad. Now, let me give you an example, right? The Hebrew Israelite movement. The last one. We talking about the movement, not people carrying the whole thing. The Hebrew Israelite doctrine, that movement was started by Yahweh ben Yahweh, aka Jehovah, son of Jehovah. So Yahweh ben Yahweh was a student of Elijah Muhammad. He was a minister in the Nation of Islam. They got this nigga on camera when he was young. You ever wonder why when you type in Yahweh ben Yahweh, you don't see no young pictures of him or nothing? It's just him there in that old state. That's because his name wasn't Yahweh ben Yahweh. His name was Hulon X, aka Hulon Shah. And Hulon Shah was a mulatto man, as most black people was back in that time in the 90s. This motherfucker was a man who was a student of Elijah Muhammad, who was working for the Nation of Islam, who was in the Nation of Islam. Now, the problem with him and a lot of people in the Nation of Islam, right, is that it seemed like he wanted he wanted to be at the top, right? He wanted to be right at the top. This was the same problem Dr. York had. Hulon X wanted to be right at the top up there with Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Farrakhan. Only person Elijah Muhammad let near him like that was Farrakhan, if you want to talk about who was his right hand man. Now, a lot of people in the nation had sent and went into the nation with the intention they was gonna go to the top because they was one of the special black people. I don't give a fuck who you is. I don't care if you was Akhenaten, reincarnate, King Tut, reincarnate. You cannot just move all the way to the top of the Nation of Islam like that and think that you gonna go into. That's why I ain't joined the Nation of Islam, because I know damn well that I can't start bottom like that, and altogether I know something like that is not for me. Right? And Yahweh ben Yahweh, he was talking shit about Elijah Muhammad, talking about Elijah Muhammad is dead. Elijah Muhammad did not die. Yeshua did not die. Okay? Jesus did not die. I'm not one of them people that support prophets at that level dying. Abraham did not die. I don't support prophets dying. I believe that the prophets went into the chariots, then they got beamed up. Beam me up, Scotty. The white people could do it on TV. Why the fuck niggas can't do it too in a prophetic version? So what I'm trying to say is, Yahweh ben Yahweh, the whole Hebrew Israelite movement, Yahweh ben Yahweh was a student of Elijah Muhammad. So you got that right there in these Hebrew Israelite today. And most of these camps, they want to talk about chariots, but they want to talk shit about Elijah Muhammad. And Yahweh ben Yahweh was talking about his father got a ship. Dog, there's plenty of ships, and them ships was not even created by, and they ain't even owned by Jehovah. So let me tell you that right now. There's a whole bunch of them big miles and miles long chariots. And the thing now with Malachi Z. York, right? Oh, also, Yahweh ben Yahweh, that nigga died. He got in trouble. Nobody and no shit came for him, because I'm pretty sure that he couldn't get on the ship. Especially not walking around talking about no shit like that. Now, let's go to Malachi Z. York, another one that was talking about ships and talking about the chariots, right? Now, Malachi Z. York, he a little different. Because he actually went to Africa. Right? He went to Africa, Northeast Africa, and learned Arabic, learned all a bunch of stuff over there. And it was called the Saru Allah community or something like that over there in Northeast Africa, the Nubians. He was trying to, another one. In that community over there in Africa, he was trying to go all the way to the top. He couldn't go all the way to the top. First of all, they was like, you ain't even Sudanese. You're not from Sudan. You African American, this thing, or Negro, but if you saying you descend from Egyptian, that's cool, but you ain't actually from this tribe. Like, nobody knows you. So then what he decided to do was he faked whole Sudanese lineage, came over to the West and started the Ansaru Allah community in the West, which was in this little building over in the hood, right? So then he came over and started that, and then he had this whole plan that he was going to create something big like the Nation of Islam. Or in fact, he was going to do what Elijah Muhammad was trying to do, which was to get black people living on their own and buy land and get a certain area. That's when he made the Nubian nation of Moors and the Tamaray compound over down there in Georgia. Then that's when he went down there and he was speaking anything he wanted to speak. Whether it was real or not, he was talking about graves, he was talking about the chariots, the ships. He wasn't talking against Elijah Muhammad, he was actually talking in favor. But then he started saying a lot of things that people claim was not true, and it started getting iffy. But you see the same thing. He was talking about he a master mason. He at the top of this. Like just like he said he went from the bottom all the way to the top. He's always at the top. That's the problem with a lot of these brothers that you seeing that is students of Elijah Muhammad, is that they always want to just shoot right to the top. And I understand if they right, but nigga, you can't just shoot right to the top. Make your own shit. But don't say you a master mason if you wasn't in masonry. Don't say you at the top of this and that if you like, you gotta say you gotta make your own stuff. Make your own rank system. You get what I'm saying? On some Borderlands 2 type shit. So then let me give you a current day example, right? Of a nigga doing this. You got Young Pharaoh. People are always talking shit about Young Pharaoh. Now, people don't understand that Young Pharaoh was in the Nation of Islam. Young Pharaoh was in the 5% nation. Young Pharaoh was in the 5% nation, and in the 5% nation, the branch of Nation of Islam, they teach about the UFOlogy with the chariots. And then even some people in the 5% nation, they read books and certain things is related to Dr. York talking about the planet Risk and the Anunnaki. Now, the planet Risk and the Anunnaki is more of a Sumerian type of thing. So that's not really legitimately something in 5% nation, but it's connected to this whole Yahweh Ben Yahweh, Malachi York, Elijah Muhammad thing I'm talking about. That's what that Young Pharaoh was reading, and that was the first thing that caused division between him and the 5% nation. Is you go back and you read, you go back and you watch videos about what Young Pharaoh was reading and what people were saying about him, and why they called him Young Pseudo was because the Egyptologists niggas like Ankh and all of them, they felt that what he was teaching was not black because he was not speaking about Africa. They kept saying this little nigga talking about a whole nother planet, and he talking about Anunnaki and ancient Sumer, because the Egyptologist niggas, they didn't believe that ancient Sumer was a black civilization. So when Pharaoh kept talking about this is what put a division between him and the niggas that was talking about the whole RGB African movement, because ancient Sumer is not African civilization in their eyes. That was the first division. Now let me tell you what got him kicked out of the 5% nation, and why the nigga went rogue, and why he's been attacking the Nation of Islam so hard. Because he got kicked out of the nation. 5% nation is the same nation. It's not care what nobody say. 5% nation. That whole term, 5%er, that come from Elijah Muhammad. Right? This is what got Young Pharaoh kicked out the Nation of Islam. He got kicked out because the Dr. York doctrine about the ships and the black people, right? And he used to watch Bobby Hemmett videos too. Young Pharaoh did watch Bobby Hemmett videos too, which is talking about the tall Moors and the fucking Kemet women and Greys and all this shit, talking about UFOs, right? He got deep into that shit, and the nigga did what he calling it, what a lot of people call astral projection. He using his spiritual body roaming around. And the nigga came and countered with the same thing that he was learning about, which was these black people that's on these ships. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, he ain't came across no big ass ship. Because if he came across a big ass ship, he wouldn't be walking around acting the way he was acting. We talking about the big ships. They go to smaller ships with grays and shit. He talked about how he astral projected even one time, and he seen a gray operating on the back of his head. I don't remember which video that was, but he said he seen a gray operating, or a bunch of them operating on the back of his head right here, temporal lobe area. He talked about seeing black women, all type of shit. The nigga, I don't know what, if he fell in love with one of the etheric women or what, but then he started talking about this new doctrine now. That's what got him kicked out of the Nation of Islam wholeheartedly. This nigga said the black woman is God. So first of all, you gotta understand, when he said that the black woman was God, everybody on the internet that was black was just like this. Like, you know how I can't even do it in real life, nigga. Like, everybody's jaw just dropped. You know how in Jimmy Neutron they got CGI? Remember, they were like, and it just smooth like that. That's how everybody was. Everybody was like, did this little nigga just say that the black woman was God? Like, what? Everybody was like, yo, what do you, what? When you see a nigga looking like that, you know, he was all chubby back then, had little titties and all that. When you see a little nigga talking about the black woman is God, out of nowhere, as notorious as what he was known for, you gotta ask yourself, What made him say that? Like, damn, nigga, what type of bomb? Did you get some bomb ass pussy? Like, nigga, like, what did you, when you actually projected and you seen that? Cause like, I can tell you right now, the way, like, them black women, we talking about these ships, they don't dress. You understand what I'm saying? I could just tell you that the average black man ain't never really seen black women dressed like that. You got to type in Egyptian murals and see how the ancient women in Kemet. I don't want to say they was naked, but that's just how they used to dress. So I don't know if that shit, you know, I don't know if he a weak-minded fool or something, but it caused him to start. The black woman is God, black woman is God. And then the people in the 5% nation, the Nation of Islam, they was like, all right, I don't know what you smoking. I don't know what you making a lot of claims about a lot of shit. Now I don't know what books you reading, but this ain't the place for you. You're gonna have to go. And he left. And he admitted this shit. He admitted this shit. I don't remember if it was him talking to a group of people or what, but he admitted he was a part. He said, and he said it wholeheartedly. He was trying to prove a point. He said, I was a part of the 5% nation, and he said he left. And man, nigga, you know damn well that you didn't leave. Motherfucker, you got kicked out the Nation of Islam. You got kicked out the 5% nation. So what people gotta understand about a lot of these scam artists and a lot of these rogue niggas, and even Brother Polite and all of them, they was rolling with Khalid Muhammad. And Khalid Muhammad was in the Nation of Islam. They didn't stop talking about he left. They didn't stop talking about he left. He was in the Nation of Islam. He just wasn't close to them like that. He still had contact with Farrakhan. Everything was all fine. People all trying to make it seem all weird and funky. You just gotta understand that Elijah Muhammad is the center of all of this. And you got niggas that came up with their own ideology or misinterpretation trying to shoot to the top. And then they got cut down. It's just that simple. Dr. York is in jail. And these people keep talking about a ship coming to save them. And they was talking about a ship. Y'all were talking about a ship coming to save them. My question is this. How are you gonna get on the ship? How? How are you going to get on the ship? The ship, nigga, the ship's up there right now. You got a lot of these fools walking around in the physical talking about, oh, they gonna do this, the ship's gonna do that. I'm like, dog, you gotta go on the ship now. And all these people, Yahweh ben Yahweh, the ship coming, this ship coming, the chariot's coming. Dr. York, they gonna free him out of jail. Dog, you gotta get on the ship now. I'm gonna ask you a question. You know how many white people get abducted by grays and shit every single year? And all type of insect people. And they be claiming down south. You trying to tell me your black ass can't get on a ship? You know damn well the cloud shaped like the ship you see, Mr. MBB 333. Why don't you get on it now? Yeah, I'm one of the niggas I'm not trying to be ignorant, but I'm being real, nigga. There's a ship up there. Why don't you get on it now? Then people talking about the ancestors coming back. Why don't you get on it now? Because you don't even understand what's going on. You don't even know who the hell on the ship or what the ship look like. Like, how do I get on the ship? Nigga, the problem with a lot of y'all is y'all, I don't want to say third eye. Y'all reptilian part of your brain and your limbic system is weak as hell. The thing about most black people, and this is why a lot of niggas ain't getting on this shit, because black people got a lot of eumelanin, they ain't got a lot of neuromelanin, because niggas don't like to think and niggas eat bullshit and niggas ignorant. It don't matter what you eat, niggas just trying to be ignorant. Nigga, you gotta send energy up your spine into that part of your brain so your pituitary gland could work. When your pituitary gland start working, and when you use your third eye, and then you, nigga, it's something that happens that you explain to you, oh, I could get on the ship right now. That's all you gotta do. Nigga, you supposed to send the energy up, and I'm telling you, I can't even explain this, but when that shit hit the center of your brain, not the neocortex, when that shit hit the limbic system, you gon' even the reptilian part, but you gon' feel something that's gonna make you understand, oh shit, I could get on the ship right now. It's gonna make perfect sense. You gonna be seeing things, and you gonna be like, okay, I'm starting to understand. I could get on the ship right now. That's the chosen thing. That's the black dot Bobby Hemmett was talking about. But nobody don't got that, because you don't even got faith. You don't even got faith, and you don't even got obligeance to Elijah Muhammad. So ain't nobody going nowhere unless the niggas start trying to learn something. And it's seeming like it's gonna get worse before it get better.